I think one of the most confusing letters in American English pronunciation is the letter O, which you may be used to pronouncing maybe with your lips like this position. But the reality is that the letter O actually doesn't just make that O sound, it makes a variety of sounds. And one of the sounds that I think a lot of my students are surprised to hear that the O can make is actually the ah sound, like in hot or block. And so today we're going to be talking all about the ah sound and ways to help you sound more natural when you pronounce it. Good morning, guys. Good evening. Good afternoon. Welcome to your daily American English pronunciation show, which is Wake Up American. We are here Monday through Friday, typically in the morning, unless we got some things going on. Tomorrow I have to do the school run potentially, so I want to make sure that if I do have to do that, I'm not able to stream in the morning, that at least you have something to practice with. So that's why we are here right now, and to guide you in this journey into the pronunciation. When I say I and we, I mean me. Hello, guys. My name is Jeff. It rhymes with breath. That's one of the four keys to a natural sound in American English pronunciation, including placement, pitch, breath, trying to weaken your consonant sounds and strengthen your vowels. And today we're going to be taking again a look at the ah sound. Hello to David. Thanks for hanging with us. Everything I show you is going to be taken from, by the way, a resource I made for you. So you may see on the channel, if you go to youtube.com/fluentamerican, you may see when you sign in, there's this thing called like the 4-Step American Accent Video Book. There's a print version of that as well for those of you like paper things, like hard copies. So this is the 4-Step American Accent Pronunciation Textbook, which unfortunately the video book is missing one section. It's missing a section that we're going to be talking about today, which covers vowel sounds. So if that sounds like something that you would like some practice with, you want to get some extra emphasis about the vowel sounds and things, I encourage you to go to fluentamerican.com to get a copy of the full thing. But if you don't need the vowels, then you get the free version just on the platform, on the channel. Hello to Berta. Thanks for hanging with us as well. So let's talk a little bit about this ah sound. This ah sound exists in most languages, but it sounds different in different languages. Okay, so for instance, in your first language, you maybe have something that has maybe a higher placement. It sounds more oh. Whereas in American English, what we get is a sound that's like ah, ah. Can you hear a difference between like an ah, and an ah? Pretty big difference there. In American English, we're going for that one that has the lower placement. If you're not sure what placement refers to where are you projecting sound from. So we want to make sure in American English we're projecting from a lower position. We're not projecting from up here. It's going to be hard to achieve a natural sound if that's where you are. So we're trying to make sure you're feeling your diaphragm. Diaphragm's a muscle located right around here. Okay, it's like when you breathe in, you see my stomach just went out, and then I breathe out. You can see my hand moving in. It means I'm using my diaphragm there. We want to make sure we're feeling that when we speak in American English. So let's look at this entire first page, or this whole page, on just the ah sounds. Just going to give you a taste of what's in the book. Okay, so some tips for this. For the ah sound, your mouth can be open wide, but a key thing is the word can. It's okay to say ah, but it's not necessary to. You can also have your mouth more closed and still get a very natural sound like ah. Either of those are going to be fine. Ah or ah. Either of those are going to be fine. American English, as long as your placement stays down and you have enough breath. Some other things you're going to see: keep your tongue down. A key thing with this ah sound is we want the back, the middle, and the front of our tongue low. Okay, so again, it's going to sound like ah. Okay, let's now move on to some example words. Okay, well, I've already mentioned that one way you can pronounce this is with the letter O. So let's look at those first two words there under example words and spelling patterns. The way we're going to do this is we're going to pronounce the vowel, then we'll add a consonant, and then the full word. So for instance, our first word here will be like ah, ma, mop. Do that with me. Ah, ma, mop. Ah, ma, mop. You have to make sure you give enough space to your vowel. You don't want it to be ma, mop. Ma, mop. No, it's ah, ma, mop. That ah needs to be the key part. Like if you say mop 3 times, like mop, you can hear that mop. Versus if you do like mop. See how short that vowel is? That's not the sort of sound we're going for. Similar with the next word as well. We had the word box. So again, same idea. It's like ba box, ba box. So again, mop, box. Watching out for that. Okay. Mila saying that they want just a little higher. I don't want to go too high because I don't want to distort it. I'll go about to here, and hopefully that works better for your speakers. Because I did check it beforehand, and it was already starting to get distorted. So hopefully that's a little better. Let's take a look then at some other ways to spell this. Another way to spell this is with the letter A. Okay. So for instance, in our first word here with wasp. Okay, we want to be careful with that. I know we see that W sound. Just because we see that W doesn't mean we want to exaggerate on the lip position. Okay, so it doesn't need to be like wah, with a really heavy W sound. You can actually do this with straight lips. This might help keep things open. It's like wah, wah. See, straight lips there? It's like wah. It's like wah, wasp, wah, wasp. And the second word here with father. Okay. So father, father. So it's not father or anything like that. It's father in American English. Okay. Let's now do some word pairs. The way we'll do these word pairs is we're going to say each of these. We'll do the vowel sound, and then we'll say the pair, and we'll do that twice. Okay. So for instance, father's watch. Notice that the word watch there, that's our stress. So the second word is going to be a little higher in pitch. So again, father's watch. Father's watch. How about our next one? So or in this case, actually, stress will be on the first word if we're talking about the food. So in that case, it's going to be more hot pot. Hot pot. Next one, stress will be on watching. So it'll be stop watching. Stop watching. Next one, the stress will be on modern. So like not modern. Not modern. Our next one, this is going to be what's called a compound noun. A compound noun in English is when you have a noun and a noun that join together to make one thing. Two words, but a single thing. So when that happens in American English, we are going to want to stress the first word. So it's going to sound like office job. Office job. Same idea with the next one. Next one is also a compound noun. So like job offer. Job offer. And our last one here is also a compound noun as well. So stress doctors. Doctor's office. Doctor's office. Okay. Now, just a quick note. Some of these words you may personally pronounce with an sound. So for instance, for me, just originally being from Philadelphia, we typically pronounce these with an sound, but there's lots of people that pronounce it with an sound. Okay. It's not wrong to use either sound. If you use an sound, it'd be like office job, like job offer, doctor's office versus doctor's office, job offer, and things like that. Whatever sound you use there is fine as long as you're keeping things open with the breath and the diaphragm. All right, we're going to now jump into our sentences. We'll say each of these sentences twice. I have bolded the words for you where the sound will appear, or you can use it. Okay. The doctor's office, I stopped, that was locked. Last word again, locked. I stopped, that was locked. The doctor's office. The doctor's office I stopped at was locked. How about our second sentence there? There's a rock in my sock and water in my watch. Watch. Water in my watch. Rock. Rock in my sock. There's a rock in my sock and water in my watch. Then our last word here, our last sentence, the pot on top of the box is hot. Hot. The box is hot. Pot. The pot on top. The pot on top of the box is hot. Hopefully you can notice that for all of those bolder words. There's always It's not changing. There's always that sound. That's what we want to keep consistent. Guys, if you want to practice those vowels and all the other major vowel sounds, in addition to knowing what the 4 keys are for a natural sound in American English, that's all we talk about in this book. All the things that no other pronunciation textbook is telling you, because they're too busy telling you about what to do with your lips and your tongue, instead of telling you about what you need to do with your breath, your placement, your pitch, and trying to weaken your consonant sounds. If that sounds like something you're interested in, again, I encourage you to visit fluentamerican.com. with that, I'm gonna head out. Thanks for your time. Look, there's a million pronunciation resources out there, so the fact um, you're here with me, it's greatly appreciated. Once more, my name is Jeff. It rhymes with breath. It's one of the four keys of natural sound, including placement, pitch, breath. Try and weaken your consonant, strengthen your vowels. I will see you all later. I hope you guys have a good day, have a good night, and a good afternoon. You guys take care.